Good evenings, everybody. Goeienaand almal. Hoop dit gaan goed saam met julle. Good evenings, Felicia. Greetings, beloved. Greetings. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Tonight is another Tuesday night, and we are promoting local businesses, local artists, whatever is local from the Cape Flats. That is what we're promoting tonight. So, with me in the studio, as always, I have Jacques, my side chick. So he joins me tonight, and just open up for him. Hey, how's it, Jacques? You good?
Stan. Good evening, everybody. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Stan?
I'm good. I'm good, Jacques. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Um, it has been actually it was 'n paar lui paar dae gewees actually. Ons is actually in 'n lui vibing, but it was well rested. It was lekker gewees.
Mm. So you ready to move?
I'm ready to move full of life, and I'm ready to, just to enjoy life. I think that is the main
Mm.
thing. Here is a few people that's actually joining us. Hi, Sadiq, hope you're well. Hi, Lawrence, hope you're well. Hope you're good. Jacques, just the introduction, just introduce us to the gentleman joining us tonight. As always, you are the one going out there to go and scout for talent and for Mensa. So just tell us more about the young man that is joining us just
Oh,
now.
it's Lucian. Lucian Delton. Owner of Afterlife Ink Tattoos. He's based in Kudut, but he's always
Okay.
giving back to Mitchell's Plain. No, I think he have a good clientele in Mitchell's Plain as well. But this man have a big heart. He have a great story. And yeah, die man is famous. Ek weet nie in hoeveel movies het hy gefeature, Charlie.
So the movie.
Hoeveel die man was in movies, he was in newspapers, magazines, yes like it. Ek weet nie. Hy wil maar sy eie story vertel. But
Okay.
so I will tell you a bit later. There's a juicy part as well. There's a juicy
Mm-mm.
part as well. Um, die man het nou 'n love story. Die man is deur sy tattoos wat ek iemand ontmoet het. So
Yeah, hey!
ons sal haar later go.
Die
Die man se tattoos
die
laat
Here
'n
se
vrou kry. uh, uh,
All right, let's air him quickly and dan kan ons 'n bietjie hoor. Nee, ek is net nou excited because Zak het 'n vrou gekry. So ek gaan net begin vir my titel kry. Hey, listen, brother, welcome. Unmute you quickly. There we go.
How's it, guys?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Like, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Look, Lucian, we just give like a brief introduction. I told Stan now and everybody that's watching that you've been in movies, you've been in newspapers, you've been in magazines, um, en deur jou tattoos het ek 'n vrou gekry. So but we'll get to that part later. Die man is so gevaarlik. Hy
I'm glad
tattoo
I
vir jou
could.
die liefde in.
I'm glad I could bless you like that, brother.
Uh, uh, so I think we can start. Lucian, just introduce yourself. Introduce yourself, who you are, what you are, and and about Afterlife Inc. And then we will just ask you questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, I'm Lucian Dalton. I'm no one special, you know what I mean. But I'm the owner of Afterlife Inc. I love what I do, and I do it every single day of my life, 7 days a week. There's no off days for me. Um, I'm a family man. I have 5 kids, and I love for my kids, all of them.
Mm-mm.
Here's one coming to peep now. What am I doing? Bedtime, boy. Inside. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. Stan, this guy, this guy is a robot. He works, I think, 24/7. When you
Okay.
ask him, hi Lucian, where you? Then I'm at the shop. You must know at the shop. public holidays, yo, as die man Christmas kan week, a week
I
Christmas.
work.
Het
I
maakt
work
nie
Christmas
saak.
Day. I work
Okay,
Christmas
no
Day
what? So, yeah,
and New
family is
Year's Day
very,
and
very.
Boxing Day.
You see, Sam, no festive season. No, this is a hustler. But where did it start, Lucia? Where did your love for tattoo start?
Yo, at a very young age, I was about 10 years old when I fell in love with tattoos. But basically, I fell in love with the wrong concept of tattoos, right? I'm originally from Elsis River, where I grew up, a lot of gangsters and things like that. And I used to look up to them.
Mm.
In the ghetto, you're so indoctrinated
Mm-mm.
with being struggling, and those people have, and you don't have.
Mm-mm.
So you want to be like them, flashy cars. I mean,
Mm.
when I was a kid, the gangsters back then had flashy cars,
Mm-mm.
shoes, clothes. That's what you wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's always so, and it's always new. But as I got older, I turned it into something totally different, and
Mm.
I taught myself how to do it properly.
Mm.
And then from there, I just tried my best. Okay, I had some lot of setbacks in my lifetime, but yeah, I'm here now.
Mm.
Like I used to work for other tattoo parlors in town. Most of my career was in Cape Town, and then
Okay.
3 years ago, I decided there's too much artists in Cape Town. A lot of people catching on nonsense here, and it's just I needed some change, man. And then I went to open up from working from someone else. Went to open up my own little shop.
Mm.
So I had a very very small shop when I opened up.
Mm-mm.
It's about the space was about 3 meters, 3 meters by 3 meters. I had that shop, and now about a month ago, I own the building now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's why I don't stop working. I work because I have a couple of goals. I want to retire when I'm 45. That's
And
it.
and and,
So
and
yeah,
that is and that you can achieve, right? Retiring
I'm going.
at
Not I can.
55.
I'm going to. There's no two
I
ways
love that.
about it.
I love that. We sometimes work till 60, 70 years old. Dan gaan ons do it. At
Oh, well,
45,
no,
you can still.
I've seen in my life a lot of people when they retire, right? At
Uh,
that 65 age, 2 years, and
yeah,
then they finish 3 years.
that,
You know
that's
what I
right.
mean? And
Mm-mm.
because no one has taught us,
Mm-mm.
especially in the colored community,
Mm.
how to work with money. They tell us
Yes.
we must save, buy a house, buy a car, and you know what I mean? It's the wrong way. For me, I can find that's the wrong way of thinking.
Mm-mm.
Saving money is not going to make your money grow.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
yeah.
And I
And
agree with you.
Stanley, and I think obviously people, yeah, now okay, he started in town and tattoo, and now he got himself a small shop, and now he owns a building. But there's so many setbacks that Lucian had. Lucian, yeah, tell us about your youth, and even through lockdown, man. You must know we went through
We went
lockdown
through lockdown.
together.
We went through
Yeah,
lockdown. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
tell them about your
Look,
youth and yeah.
okay, I come from a very bad background. Right, I was a naughty, naughty, very naughty child. I gave my dad a hard time, like a very hard time. Um, I did a lot of drugs for a long time. Say about 13 years clean now,
Mm. Wow.
and yeah, I did a lot of bad things. I don't want to talk about it really.
Mm-mm.
I don't love
Mm-mm.
it anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I'm not
Mm-mm.
defined by my past, but yeah, it was basically everything I went to built me up and made me tough for where I am right now in my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
mm,
And me and Jockus
And
made through lockdown. He
mm-mm. No, no,
trusted
no.
me like
Mm-mm.
completely. Just before lockdown, he was supposed to come for a tattoo, and then lockdown hit, and he wasn't. He said, "No, no, no, no. You'll wait till after lockdown." And he paid me the tattoo in full before the time, not knowing me from a boss. So, and we just became friends because he trusted me that much. And
Yeah.
I've got very, very, very few friends. I can count them on my hand, one hand.
Wow.
How
Wow.
many friends? I got people I call my friend, which you can call me at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll jump out of my bed and I will come wherever you know if you need me. I got very few of them, and those people I treasure.
Mm,
And Jawkers is one of them, and Venetia.
mm,
So yeah, yeah, Stan, yeah, it was yeah just before lockdown. Yeah, I needed to go for a tattoo, and was like, okay, it was
mm,
lockdown strike, and yeah, and for me it was like I don't know. I asked him. I think I asked him last week. It's like Buddha. We call each other Buddha. Buddha, what happened? It was love at first sight, so because we
mm,
just connected, and if I don't see Lucian or Lucian don't see me, then it's like, listen here, we know you're gonna make a turn at the shop. Even if we just sit for 10 minutes, Dominic does it all right. We just need to catch up and you know,
mm,
like they always say, coloreds don't support each other, but yeah, he had those and it's a whole network. There's Phoenicia as well, Um
yeah.
ja, ik had altijd gezien van Lucia post van Lucian. He's like, okay, let me try this because it's always about the connection. And Lucian always is one of the sponsors at yeah. He always
Yeah.
sponsor a voucher, and so it's like, wait, man, obviously you're doing something good, so I wanna go and I wanna support you, and
Mm,
and that's how we started. It's a whole network, and yeah,
mm,
okay, me and Lucian, we can ask each other anything, everything. We always talk about business
mm,
and yeah, and it was good. It's a good relationship, and that's why I asked him, listen here, come, let's interview you, let the people hear your story. There's much more behind, but I can say he's a real role model for kids. I can do
mm.
a roadshow with Lucian. um Obviously we need people like Lucian in our
That's right.
especially in our colored community. And yes, then it's things that we fight for. It's people like Lucian that we fight for. We want you can rise above your circumstances, and obviously Lucian is like, and Lucian will come. And when I visit Lucian, he was like, listen here, this is my next move, but don't tell anybody. Eh? I said, okay, no, you must know, it's a secret. And then I touch base, and then Lucian accomplished that goal. And I will
Wow.
tell Lucian, listen, I'm gonna do this. And he's like, okay, Buddha, go for it. I believe in you. And then I accomplish again. And that's how it goes. So,
Yeah.
it's a
Jawkers,
very, very nice network.
Jawkers, when you come to me, the first thing I ask you, are you hungry?
Of course.
Oh, no one eat.
Yeah.
Oh, no one eat.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
definitely. And yes,
mm,
Stan, Hanma.
no, no. But this is a beautiful story, Lucian. What I want to ask you quickly. You started the business. You said it, it had a negative, not a negative, but you come from a background like many of us come from the Cape Flats, and have done things that we're not proud of, and for that we have worked hard to change our lives. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was there myself, and that's
Mm.
why I understand sometimes the things you don't want to mention. It's things that you had to
Yeah,
do to survive. So I understand
there
it.
we go.
But it motivates us to be better individuals. So you how did you find? I mean, many years ago, when in the early in the 90s, and even till up till the early 2000s, the tattoo industry wasn't actually an industry for us colored
No,
people.
nope,
Only
nope.
recently, and now you're telling me you're making a success of this. How did you put your
When
feet
I
in?
started, when I started this, it was very taboo. It was if you have
Yeah.
tattoos, there's a scully, there's a gangster. That was
Yes.
frowned upon, and it is a white-dominated industry up until today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't candy coat stuff. It's still today. It's a white-dominated industry, and it was very hard for me to break through into this industry. But what I've learned is persistence and consistency.
Mm-mm.
Consistency will get you wherever you need to be. You just it may look dark because I mean I was one of the first colored tattoo artists to tattoo in Cape Town, in the CBD,
Mm-mm.
and a lot of them sent like the health department my way, and people were to intimidate me. I never stopped. I just carried on because to me it is if if you are doing that, that means I'm touching a nerve. I'm doing something right, and you don't
Yeah.
like it. You don't want me there because if you look at our places, right, Mitchell's Plain, Elsis River, everything like that, those places are designed to keep us there and not grow anywhere.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? It is designed like that. Because how far is Mitchell's Plain from Cape Town? You have to take a few taxis to get there.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where all the money lies is basically in Cape Town.
Mm.
So I just pushed and pushed and pushed. Look, I've had setbacks as well because of that, because um I don't have any schooling, right? I left school standard seven,
Mm-mm.
and that's all I have. I studied a bit of diesel mechanics, but I'm
Mm-mm.
not built to work hard.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I
Mm.
worked in the diesel mechanic industry as an apprentice for 5 years, and then I quit and I just went on my own hustle. And
Mm-mm.
since 2008, I've been hustling ever since
Mm-mm. And that is
up
how
until today.
you've built something that looks after you and your family. I think you just maybe also need to speak on this because like we just spoke now, many of our children are good at drawing, they're good at art. They can become potential tattoo artists. Ek meen ons sit met die beste Joseph van Las Vegas hier so in die Kaap, you
Yes,
know. But I want to just
definitely.
must just talk to them quickly. Tell people this. There is a career in tattooing. There is a career. You can make this passion your lifestyle, right?
But then you have to like dedicate yourself, man, because there are very, very, very good artists out there, like
Yeah.
far, far better than me.
Yeah.
But you need to dedicate your everything. You need to love this with your soul, my man.
Mm-mm.
You know, like in the mornings when you hear that voice say it and we sleep a little longer. You know, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
You can't listen to that voice. You need to tell the voice, please keep quiet and get up and go. You know what I mean? Go get
Mm-mm.
out there, do your thing. But it is you can make decent money doing tattoos, but I don't do just tattoos. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
I have a few sources, but because of the tattooing, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
That's where it all started, just with tattooing, and I just learned a few things along the way and put a little money in this, invest in that. You know what I mean? And you see your returns later on, and so you just grow and grow and grow.
Mm.
What I try to do is always I set goals for myself, but I give
Mm.
myself 6 months. If
Mm.
it's a big goal, I give myself 6 months to accomplish the goal. So what I do is I write down the goal and
Yeah.
what do I need to do to accomplish this goal. I write down all that,
Yeah.
and then I try as I go along. I tick them off. Right, I accomplished that. I'm one step closer to my goal. You feel me? Until
Mm.
I can taste that thing, and once you get a taste, you know it's
Mm.
yours. And you
Wow.
just go out and get it. You know.
You know, Stan. No, about Lucian. One thing about Lucian, obviously, Lucian said he left school at what standard seven. That's grade nine. But I
Yeah.
think we had this on a few shows as well. You know, Lucian is one of that people that dedicates himself. He believes like life is every day I need to learn. I need to
Mm-mm.
learn something new. And obviously people sit out there like, oh man, I don't need matric, I don't need to make a yes, you don't need matric or whatever. But you need to have, you need to have a spirit of learning. You need to be open to
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we learn every day.
I
And
still
Lucian
read.
is
I
that.
read a lot, man.
Mm-mm.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? At, at school, I never liked reading at all, but now I'm reading a lot because I'm learning through these
Mm-mm.
books I'm reading, and I'm implying what I'm reading. Wow, these guys, what they did, or you know what I mean? And that's it works. So I read. I try to feed my brain as much as possible.
yeah, and yeah, no, like Lucian will come to me like, listen here, this I see this, come explain to me this. And for me it's like, okay, Buddha, no problem. Because he learns, he reads, he watches YouTube. The man
Mm,
is he educate himself,
mm,
and that is for me one thing about him, and that's why I can say he's a inspiration. He's a role model. Because people think if you say, okay, yo, this guy have a tattoo shop, yo, he's quiet, but he's putting in so much effort, that people don't see the effort that he puts in.
mm,
All the long hours, all the investments. So if I was to talk about lockdown, his shop was literally closed for what, almost 2 years, or
Yeah.
yeah, a
No, it
year
was
or a
eight
year and
months.
a half.
8 months.
But
8 months.
yeah, yeah, you're correct. 8 months. And obviously, and we were talking that time, and the man can look smaky. It was like a real. Imagine that is your primary source of income,
yeah.
and
Mm,
you can't do anything.
mm,
So for me, it's like and I believe after lockdown, die man het, ek weet nie wat het na lockdown gebeur nie, maar die man het gemove. Die man was this man was wat kan ek sê, a Toyota Taz. But
uh,
na lockdown het laat die man
modified,
as 'n
modified,
Ferrari
modified.
to move, man. Hy het gemove. And for me that was a real inspiration, Stan. Yeah. And this guy, I think, was it after lockdown where you started tattoo mechanics,
Yeah.
Lucian?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was way
Just
after
tell us
lockdown.
about just tell us about tattoo mechanics, like Stan Werven tattoo mechanics.
So basically, I came up with this concept of fixing tattoos, right? Because in Cape Town, we have a whole lot of shitty tattoos. I think of the strong chappies and things like that. So my idea was to fix as much of that as I can,
Mm,
right? But it was costing me too much money. Like I paid for the film crew, I paid for the food,
mm,
everything came out of my pocket. So it got a bit too much for me, and my wife was complaining because I'm wasting my money. I'm not getting any return of it. You know what I mean? And I shot about five or six episodes,
mm,
and it cost me quite a penny. So yeah, for that I stopped now. But it's mainly about fixing people's tattoos, which is what I'm good at. I was in the Career magazine for my cover-ups.
wow.
Um, I specialize in cover-ups. You can check out all my social medias.
Mm,
Um, that I love doing cover-ups. I love fixing people's mistakes. Their regrets in life. I try my best to fix it up. I like being challenged, man. You know what I mean?
mm.
Something can challenge me mentally.
Yeah, Stan, the one it's a show. I think it's on YouTube, eh?
Yeah, after having
Um,
tattoos, yeah.
yeah.
Crafting tattoos.
Tattoo mechanics. Yeah,
Afterlife ink tattoos.
yeah.
That's
Um,
my
it,
YouTube page thing.
so we have tattoo mechanics. Om nou die show. Hy het 'n songs then. Hy was in die
Okay.
Career magazine. Hy was in die Voice. And tell us about the features of the movies, man. Come on, yo.
Okay, so a
Put that,
couple of
don't be
years.
shy.
Ek wil nie ook so lekker soos ek brekerig is nie, man. I'm not brekerig.
Say
But yeah,
that. So that is.
I've done stuff like in movies, like I'm in Four Corners. I did all the tattoos for the movie, the pre-production. I've done a few ads, and I was in what's it, Bloedbetaal movie as well with Mark Melody Cream and Von Diem. Yeah, and I did the tattoos for them as well for their movie. So I try. Wie is my number?
Ik heb bezig om met de
Yeah.
So yes, that so the man is yours. Like I said, this guy is I move you. I hou vir hom so like no, I'm not quiet, but die man feature. Ek was nog eens in 'n movie nie. Jan.
That's the movies on stage.
Ik wil een plan maken voor jou, my bro.
Ek wil nou maar ek gaan seker
Jy moet 'n vrou kry en 'n movie sit nie. Sy moet hom nou self.
Nee, is mijn boeterij, ik moet achter hem kijken.
ek gaan maar seker maar faadjies speel of iets. Hy seker dan like
Uh,
So yeah, Stan, in 'n geval dat hy kant.
Lucian, ek het 'n vraagie vir jou gou man. Dis die ding vir 'n besigheidsouer nou, ons weet sy het nou almal die tattoos en so aan.
mm,
Jou besigheidloop en sy nou sy ding uit die boks uit. Nou sy kan nie 'n besigheid hê as jy nie die boksie dink. Ek dink hy is een van die dinge wat seker vir jou kry, you have to be different. So waarvandaan kry jy jou inspiration? Because obviously iemand en iets moet vir jou inspire. Baie besighede het toegemaak permanently gedurende lockdown. Jy het nog uitgekom met nuwe idees, met nuwe concepts. What inspires you to grow this vision of or to live this dream?
the fact that I don't have a plan B,
Okay.
you know what I mean? This is all I have, and I have 5 kids I need to take care of. I
Mm-mm.
think, and my wife, and I think that is inspiration enough. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Um, I what I'm trying to believe, I'm following and trying to learn from people that are wealthy. You know what I mean? So I watch these YouTube videos, what they're doing, how they're doing it, and other authors. I see what they're doing, and I come up with my own thing. You know, maybe I take an idea from them, and I take an idea from there, and I come up with my own idea, and then I see if it works, and 80% of the time it works.
Mm-mm.
So far, so good.
Wow. Good. I just want to say here quickly, I've got Lucian's YouTube channel. Guys, you can click on here. Please go and subscribe. Please like. Ek het nou 'n paar video's gesien hè wat ek definitief gaan kyk vanaand as load shedding. Ek het tyd gehad. Ek gaan kyk vanaand. But guys, please click on the link and like his videos. And
Thank you, man.
this is what I want to ask you. The other thing that me and Zach always talk about. How is the support from our people, our own people, from your neighborhood, also colored mensa? Because that is something I want to encourage our people to do. We want more Lucians out there. So in order for us to have more Lucians out there, we have to invest. And like you mentioned, this wasn't a color dominated industry. You went into an industry that you had to fight your way to claim your little space. How is the support from our people? And also, yeah,
It's quite good. I have a fair amount of all races and
yeah,
creeds that come to me. Um, I don't really check who what color comes to me the most. All of them come to me because my work.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They come for the work.
Mm-mm.
So and but I get good support. I mean, I can take care of my family,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's the most important thing for me. As long as we have a roof over our head, we have food in our mouth. I've done my job. You know what I mean?
Mm, mm. Over to you, Zach.
So yeah, Stan, you know, I think yeah, Lucian is one of that guys that always, I think, always think out of the box. He always want to take his business to the next level. And it's important for our people. Obviously, with him, it's easier. It's easier to have a conversation because he will tell me about something, I will tell him about something. But we want to, and we were talking about this as well, Stan, that like we want to have an expo, sometime. So obviously, so people can see, Lucian, what is he doing? How can, obviously, with startups? I asked him even about like, will you ever start an academy? And so,
Yeah,
but obviously, people don't want to. Obviously, if people think, listen, it's a I can buy my machine and I can become a tattoo artist. It's a whole
yeah.
process. So that's why you see a whole lot of tattoo artists here and like, no, I can't tattoo my bra, can tattoo my bra. I can
Hey,
say my bra can tattoo. But if it even your bra af, because
but hy is
your
hy
bra is
is
is.
hy is hy is
Your bra is.
dan
The
speel die
main
braaf.
thing, the main thing that people don't understand is the health risk
Yeah.
behind tattooing. There is some, oh, bruh, you can get HIV, you can get hepatitis,
Yeah.
and those are all things is irreversible. You know
Mm-mm.
what I mean? And these guys that just go buy them a Chinese machine and start tattooing. How sterile is the conditions you're working in?
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Your tattoo gets infected, then they want to come to a professional and ask, what must I do?
Mm-mm.
How can I fix this? So I get a lot of that. People even adding me on WhatsApp and ask me, what must I use for my tattoo? And I'm like, did you get this tattoo by me?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. And I said, no. Didn't your artist tell you what to do?
Mm-mm.
But then I still give them advice because I
Mm-mm.
can see they're in pain because whoever did that to them really tried to annihilate them or something. I don't know if he's angry when he's tattooing or what.
But there is a problem also, Lucian. A lot of people go to any guy. They don't go for reference. They don't check out the work this person has done. They don't follow the track record. Maybe just advise people on it because I saw people's tattoos peeling off, and I saw people's people's are wisselful off. Mense se arm is so,
Look, people always want things cheap that you cannot get out
Yeah.
of people, everybody. And I think that is the main thing, especially now with what's going on in the world right now and people not making a proper living, people losing their jobs, you know. So yeah, they're always gonna go with a cheaper choice. I'm not cheap,
Mm-mm.
but I'm not expensive either.
Mm-mm.
You're paying for what you get. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to Belleville and you buy your
Yeah.
pair of Nikes in Belleville,
Mm-mm.
2, 3 maanden zijn Nikes stukken of hij maakt een geraas
Exactly.
onder de loop. But you buy a pair like say by Jack Limkus, you're paying like 2.5, 3,000 rand.
Mm.
But it's gonna keep you longer.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
That's the same thing, basically.
Mm-mm. And you are right. We have this thing, everything must be discounted. I mean, let's talk about your equipment. That equipment you have there, it wasn't cheap. That ink isn't cheap. And most important, that knowledge that you gain over the years, it didn't cost you cheap.
My machine alone was 13K.
Mm-mm.
Just my machine alone. My needles that I use as cartridges, I don't use ball needles like everyone else. I use high quality things, so it's quite expensive.
Mm-mm.
And it's expensive to maintain because I buy high quality products only,
Mm-mm.
so I can give off good work. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
You can't use a Chinese thing and think you're gonna get quality work. That
Mm-mm.
goes for all industries. I mean, you see it on the car parts as well. You can't put a Chinese part on your car and expect your car to run a long time. You go
Yeah.
put on
Mm.
the original proper parts. Same concept.
Mm-mm. Ek
Yeah,
smaak nou
son,
sommer met drinker hier by Bos uit te toe nou 'n groot drinker.
oh yeah. I Stan, obviously, if maybe we should go one day and you can see the process. The
I will.
razors that you use, it's always a new one. The
Mm-mm.
needles is there in front of you. He shows you. He open it in front of you. He sanitizes the surfaces. Als en als. Ow. Ek sit soms daar kyk die hele proses. And people don't realize, and that is also costing. And people
Yeah.
think it's just because a tattoo, but it's as te veel goede wat ingaan. People think it's just a tattoo. You can do it for me. It's how it's not like that. It's your razor. It's your needle that you pay for. It's the ink that you pay
Ink
for.
cups.
So
Mm-mm.
yeah. So obviously people don't because people don't understand the industry. They won't understand the costing of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ik het al vir mense refer na Lucian toe vra wat gaan die aan hoe lank is die tattoo? Because hulle sien nou my tattoo wat Lucian vir my gemaak het like wanneer het dit ek sê nee 2 jaar terug of 'n jaar terug en hulle sien 'n 6 maande dan lyk dit soos 'n sien hy slag hy's vleis. Hy chak met my vleis. I like it. I like
Hey,
it
last
soos daai.
since
Ek
the
weet nie
last
met wat dit is. Yo, like jy het met wat is daai spirits
Yo.
I dink is met spirits gedoen of iets, maar het lyk net nie lekker nie.
yeah.
And yeah, it's all high quality work. Ek sê hier en verstaan. ek ek het die vrou gemeet, right? Ek het vir haar ons het gepraat oor tattoos en toe sê ek, ja, daai is mos my boeta man. Sy
Uh,
listen here. Now she must still go come for a tattoo. And she's like, no, weet je wat? Let me go show you my tattoo.
Yay!
En toe uh, 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 en ek is nog ek is mos nou nie oor wys tattoos en nog regtig en you know en ek wys vir haar tattoo en like en haar begin ons te praat en is die ding en ja, die is sy tattoo. Sit ek met 'n lieflike vrou. Ek dink sy
Hey yo,
kyk amazing woman jong. Ja, een ding.
hey yo,
Nah,
hey
so
yo.
if you
As
single
jy
and
as
you
jy wanna
want
see
a
glow so
guy,
baie nie jong. Ja.
ja, Buddha, ek
Daar
glo
is
nie
die
soos 'n
knop
slag
aan.
en sap nie, ek glo. Ek glo because right, die man het vir my lekker ingesit, stand. So I want to tell the people out that's watching, if you're single and you're struggling to get, don't go to Dr. Rabi for to find your lost lover. Come to Lucian. Come to
We hook you
Lucian, let
up,
it
we
get to
hook you
you.
up.
Oh, die man het toe die liefde in jou. Ek het my vrou aan my arm vat. Toe hy vrou my arm vat, toe weet ek is weg.
Dankie Here,
Uh,
dankie.
uh,
A conversation starter.
Ek wou sê
yo, yes. Yes, en so ek moet nou weer gaan man. Ek moet nou saam met haar gaan sinds dan. Ons moet as hy nou by hom begin, as dit by Lucian se tattoos begin. So ek moet nou 'n tattoo ding saam met haar maak because as ek moet nou daar begin. So yeah, people don't know. So there's tattoo dates as well. There's tattoo parties as well. Yeah, there's a lot of things that Lucian can offer. So and I think yeah, me and Lucian was it nog we didn't start one yet, but these
Mm.
people if they want tattoos and they want a tattoo party, they can hire us. We do the liquor setup for them. Yeah, we will talk pricing and everything, what it includes as well. So a liquor tattoo party, people, especially it can be it can be a corporate function, it can be a staff party, it can be just friends, it can be a girlfriend's getaway. So yeah, um, ons gaan nou uitsort. If you want the shoes there, we can get you. If you want your median pedi, we can ons kan hulle uitsort.
Ons doen alles.
Ons doen alles. So that is I think that is where we want to tap in. We don't just want to and that solution. Don't just see me as a tattoo artist. See me as more. See me as a business. If you talk business, take me serious because I think people think when they see a tattoo artist because of the industry that's it's they always easy going. But this guy, it's if you talk business.
and I like that. Ek dink ek gaan nogal na 'n tattoo party toe kom. Dan wil ek nogal check. Lucian, growing up in Jacques, growing up, ek het 'n oom gehad, hy was vol tattoos, maar dit is kroonsies en is goed.
Ja.
Dit was maar dit was so skief en krom, maar hy het so 'n ding wat gelyk as 'n leopard, maar dit was actually nie 'n leopard nie, dit was 'n ding is gewees. Dit was 'n pet gewees.
Jo.
En jy weet dronken, but ons maas vir ons gesê tattoos is vir die duiwel.
Ja.
But looking at it now, that is what they told us. That is what we believe, Almal die
We've been
mense-
indoctrinated from small already that it's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes. And today, my sister has a tattoo. I'm actually thinking of getting me one with my mother's
Ew.
face on. But I'm
I
thinking
love
of
doing
actually- And you know what? I don't see, people say all these things of tattoos in it, but I think it's another way of expressing how you feel. It's another way of you,
Here we go.
walking around with something that you admire on your body. And
Look, I can also tell you, right? I can also tell you that a lot of people come for tattoos as therapy.
yeah.
They may be going through some bad times or something, you know what I mean? And that sensation that a tattoo gives you makes them release whatever was bothering them or whatever problem they had. They can go out there and face it because they had to sit down. Imagine this, right? You're sitting down and somebody's tattooing you. So it
Mm-mm.
basically feels like I'm cutting into your skin,
Yeah.
right? And you have to
Mm-mm.
sit as still as possible so I can do my work. So when you come out today, you feel, I don't know, I can't explain to you, man. You need to feel it yourself to understand what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people come back every time, even they get a small one, as mainly for the purpose of getting a tattoo. They call it therapy.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Mm-mm. En wie doen jou tattoos? It's like a barber. Wie's net die barber se so hoe does do
I
you
did,
your
I do a lot of my own work, and then
okay.
I have other friends that did some work on me as well. Different, quite
Okay.
a few different artists,
Mm-mm.
friends of mine. Yeah,
Okay.
So yeah, and Lucian said, it's it's I think it's a therapy. And obviously it's even if you go
yeah,
for a
Melissa,
tattoo,
like can't deserve it.
if you want a tattoo, it's work, because you can ask Lucian how many designs I've changed, and then I say, okay, I'm gonna settle for this. And that, if people see it, it's like, wow, because that is something meaningful to me. It means
Personal,
something
yeah.
to me.
Mm-mm.
So you can't just go and you can't just copy someone else's design. Yeah, it's a kind of trend and so, but make it your own, man. You know,
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
customize
Tweak
a
it a
bit
bit,
here and there. Yes.
tweak it a bit, yeah.
Make it personal. And I promise you, if people must go read up about tattoos, they will. It's more a therapy than anything else, because if you it's maybe it's something that you want to remember, or it's a memory of someone. I've I've seen of quite a few people that they don't have tattoos. They don't have tattoos. But then they say the best guy to go to is Lucian. And afterwards, then what
Thank you,
happens, Lucian? They
Felicia.
come for more. And they
They
come for
come for
more.
more. Then they hooked.
And yeah, and Stan, I promise you, you might go for a dove, or what, a duif of whatever.
Ja, 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 of
Achterna
miskien as
gaat
jy
sy voel, nee man, ek wil 'n
ja,
dragon hê.
ja, nee. Of miskien as jy by Annie P sit, miskien as jy by Annie, van by Annie ding is jy voor.
Oei, jene. Ah.
Mm-mm.
Oei, jene. Wanneer hebben we Fabiani's Lucid?
Los Fabiani. Betaal Fabiani voor jou vandaag.
Hulle betaal nie vir my.
Nee, dat is die worst.
No, but
Uh,
I
uh,
really like this because this is something that we never speak about tattoos. En Zaga het
Mm.
tattoo, ek het baie vriende wat tattoos het. En I think also Lucien bringing you on tonight also gives us an idea of what tattoo. Tattoo is not also just tattooing, it's a passion, it's a lifestyle,
It's a
it is
craft,
your
yeah. It's a
way,
craft.
it is a craft, yeah. And this is the thing, you spend a lot of your time on people. Doing a tattoo. A tattoo doesn't take you 2 or 3 minutes, maybe now and then. But when it's something that somebody now really wants you, like say a picture of their dog or their cat or their mom or their dad,
Can take
it
a
takes
few hours,
hours.
yeah.
People need to understand, that's also what actually they need to realize that when you're busy, it takes hours and you need to make
Mm.
sure it's at the right place. And also
Yeah,
that the after job is it's a good job.
yeah, definitely. But
Yeah.
also, it also takes both of us, me and the person I'm tattooing, to create a beautiful tattoo, because I explain to you what to go do, and you need to do it exactly like I explained to you, because
Yeah.
you can go mess it up yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't get
um,
it really.
yeah, yes, then. So, I think people need to learn, or they need to go do and research, because it's because of um those. I know a friend that can tattoo, and that's not his passion, or as nou net 'n sideline vir hom, but die ou kan nie eens regtig tattoo nie. And that puts the professional artists, in a bad light, because nou sien sy die lelike tattoos en dit lyk nie mooi nie, and now tattoos look ugly. But if you look, let's say white people, if you look at their tattoos, you're like, wow, it looks
Yeah.
beautiful. It's, yeah, I want something like this. That is
Mm-mm.
basically it's a brand, it's a product that's selling itself. But nou
Yeah.
Yeah.
kom ons en ons maak so en then it's like nee man, waar het sy die gekry? And sometimes people lie,
Mm.
because they want to look quiet. Now it looks ugly and say nee man, ek het daar by Lotion gegaan, dit lyk kwai. Maar I wil nie sê dit is
Yeah.
iets vir my gegaan nie. And now that tattoo artists are being
People can
labeled
see my
me.
work. People can see my work.
Exactly.
People know
So
my work already.
yeah, and that is the thing. Lucian makes sure that I said it on social media. Enige
Yeah.
klein tattoo, enige that guy he puts it on.
Actually,
So
I
people
don't
go,
post pictures anymore because people used to
oh,
steal my pictures and then they go post it
Yeah.
as their own work. So what I do is now I do
mm.
videos only.
Mm-mm.
So you can't really steal my work. You know what I mean? And
so
say it's
so
yours
can't say,
because my hand is in there. You see my hand
oh,
and my tattoos on my head is unique.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
nou
I
kan
just
Stan sien die hoe hy uit die boks uit dink.
yeah.
Obviously he's just thinking out of the box. So yeah, why?
I just want to share one of your thingies quickly, one of your videos quickly. Let me just share one of your videos so people can just see. Ons moet 'n bietjie break van jou week man.
Thank you, man.
That quickly. Share. Then I'm just gonna play this video. You guys can follow him on Facebook, right? Let me just make this bigger quickly. I don't know if you guys can see.
It's a fix up I did.
It is at the fix up,
Yeah.
and it looks quite. It looks vullig. You know, I've got friends with a lot of friends that are into pit bulls, and their pit bulls don't look like this. Their pit bulls look like chihuahuas. Maybe I must send them to you. Sorry, you can maybe, and I would definitely in the alpha I'm to explain. Let me just show you some of the other ones quickly. Here's another one. Here's a
That
spider.
spider, yeah.
Just show this one quickly. There we go. And there we go. It's actually quite. It's look like a 3D move.
It's called realism.
Realism. It's brilliant. And
Yeah.
just to laugh, just to show them. Because ek dink ons mense wat wil tattoos wil hê, los die vriende af man. Ook is dit hy en nie ons vat ene.
Yeah,
Like 'n vrou wat
that's no cover up.
dis also 'n cover up.
Yeah.
Okay, daar kan ek sien. Daai was 'n anker gewees,
Anchor.
né?
Yes.
Let's just go here quickly. And there you go. There we go. So fun. Let me just show them quickly. Look at the cake. That's the anchor, and then as you figure the cake, and then disappear it. There we go. And I think that is brilliant, Lucian. I think that is
Thank you.
something that our people need to actually look at, because as baie mense op die Cape-flats moet 'n 2.8 moet 'n 2.7. Daar's op hulle skouers
Too
hulle
much.
moet miskien toe kom of Bybeltjie miskien daarso. Maybe just to fix it up. So
I don't fix up. I cover up.
cover up.
Yeah. I don't do gangster tattoos at all. You can pay me all the money you want to. I don't.
Yeah. But you will cover it up.
I will cover it up gladly.
Okay.
But some
And it-
tattoos, not all
Yeah.
tattoos can be saved. Not all of them can be saved. Especially if you have where you have skin damage and it's
Yeah.
very, very bad skin damage. Then you can't fix.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But say so for about 80% of the time, I'm able to fix it.
Mm-mm. Lucian,
But I don't I don't mess with people. I tell them straight out, look, I can't or I can. Because I'm not gonna make my name a joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then of the day, it's your craft, like you said, it's your art, it is out there. If you mess
My
up,
name.
people can remember you. Okay, that Lucian gedoen,
They remember you for your mess ups, not for your good.
There we go.
All
There we
people.
go. Yeah. And that is, I think, that is where you need to also look at keeping yourself, your integrity of your
Yeah.
craft. Keep that it be.
Yes.
So well done to yourself. Well done for
Thank
stepping
you, man.
up. Well done for taking this opportunity that you saw. And I'm sure you inspired many other young people in the neighborhood as well. Because, like I said, tattoo arting it's growing, and when people see
Yeah.
Lucien doing it, youngsters from our community, dan sê hulle, "Nee, ek wil soos hom wees." So keep up and keep inspiring.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
It's a
Zach,
pleasure,
anything
man.
from
So
you?
yeah, so Lucian, me and Sam is busy with like business thingy, obviously. So we want to, obviously try to create academies in all over. Especially if you do pudding like Mel, we want to have a pudding academy like you with a tattoo
Yo.
academy, so that we can, we can upskill our people. So yeah, I think we will talk again. Obviously, we'll see, the interest and so, but we want to pass on this this talent, and this craft, because obviously our people is talented, and we want to, like you, like I always say, the legacy must, must live on. It must move. So
Mm-mm.
even though maybe one of your kids don't go into the trade, but then you will know there's one or two that's moving
Yeah.
with your craft or with your trade.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
definitely the legacy of Afterlife
Well, out
must
of my five, only two of them are really interested.
Okay.
Out of my five that I have, only two is interested. The others have their own
Yeah.
thing they want to do. You know what I mean? But the two that is interested, they got
mm,
to go with me to work every day.
Wow.
They must learn.
so yeah, yeah, thank you Buddha, for being a
Anytime,
role
man.
model, being an inspiration.
I
And
try.
yeah, I think we will set up something as well. Then I will bring Stan, and so Stan can see the operations,
Yeah.
and we will
Yeah.
probably go live or something, and
You can see
just
what's
show your
happening.
craft, man.
You can come see what's
Definitely.
happening at the shop.
Uh,
Yeah.
then, then we buy him food as well.
You can, yeah, man, yeah, yeah. But like even in my building, right? There's
Yeah.
barber shops. There's
Wow.
nails and beauty,
Yeah.
massage.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
printing. There's a clothing. There's even people that sell car parts
Wow. Wow.
in my building that so there's about 9 shops inside my building.
Just say that again in my building. Just say that again.
In my
Ah,
building.
There we go. Dis wat ek wil hoor. Ek wil hoor 'n colored man sê hy in my gebou in man. Hy's die move.
So yeah, we have about 9 shops in my building. And they're all full, and there's
Wow.
different businesses there, and we all work together like
Okay. And you're creating
yeah.
opportunities inside of your business for others as well. And I think that
Yes.
is what it is about. You becoming an umbrella, you becoming a hub that other people plug into. And that is how
mm.
we like we always
And
speak
I'm
as
only
well.
getting started.
Yeah, no. And by 45, I think maybe by 40 or 42, that's when you can retire. That's when you're gonna say, okay,
Hopefully before, yeah, hopefully before, but the end goal is 45.
wow,
Because right
wow,
now I don't get to spend as much time as I want to with my family.
yeah,
But I tell my wife every time, I can give you all my time, but I cannot give you a good life.
yeah,
I can give you a
Mm.
good life, but I can't give you my time.
mm-mm,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
my
You have
children
to
and my
be
wife they choose the good
mm,
life over everything every time. So yeah.
okay. Listen, thank you so much. We're gonna get load shedding
Pleasure,
now here
man.
with you. So thank you
Okay.
so much. And
All right.
Jacques, thank you so much.
Thank you for
I will be
having me, guys.
no, it's a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Always
Thank
a
you for
pleasure.
inspiring.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Jacques,
guys.
Okay.
anything from your side? Thank you, Lucian.
And
And
now
all the best,
Stan, I'm
Lucian.
good. I'm good, Stan. Ja, ik
You
wil nog niet eten, maar aan die donker te zitten.
know, we need colored men that can also buy their own ESCOM and give electricity to us. We need that type of things happening here because just think about it. If a guy like Lucian um, don't have electricity, it actually affects his business, and we should have actually asked him that question. You know, it
Mm.
affects many other people's businesses when there's no electricity. So there is something that is actually also a stumbling block in our people's
Mm.
roads or on our paths. But Zach, thank you so much for introducing us to
It's
every
a
week
it's
to.
a it's a pleasure, Stan, and we will see each other next week again.
Next weekend, Tuesday. Brother, all the best, and we chat soon. Cheers.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Lucien from Afterlife Inc. Brilliant artist. Check out his work. His link is on here. Please do support him. If you will, as a tattoo wil hê, jy weet almal het mos sommer ring op hulle vingers soek nou. You don't have to buy a ring. You throw your ring on your finger. Go support Lucien. As jy miskien 'n dragon wil hê, sit 'n dragon op vir jou en so on and so on and so on. And just support people, man, and just be lekker. No? Guys, have an awesome evening and thank you so much for supporting us. Hey, look, met 'n steen like weer kwai. Ek het my tattoo kry op my oor. But guys, have an awesome evening. My krag gaan nou afgaan. I don't have solar panels in my house yet. I'm working on it, and then we can go right through him in the future. But guys, have an awesome evening and thank you for the support. Please do so share this live video so that people know about our brother with his own business and that they support him. It's very important that we share these lives and do like it and tell your family about Afterlife Inc. Cheers, guys, and have an awesome evening. Bye.